Yo, what's poppin'? It's Kendrick motherfucking Lamar.
Hey, what's happening, homie? This is TIP, man.
Yo, what's up? This Big Boy. Y'all know what time it is. Live from the West Coast. You already know you checking out Hard Knock TV. You heard?
Yeah, what up, though? This is Common, and right now you checking out Hard Knock TV.
You watching Hard Knock TV, you understand?
Learn that you yach.
What up, y'all? This is J. Cole, Cold World. The Rockets is in the building. Dreamville, we in the building. September 27, 2011. I know I'm supposed to be doing a drop for Hard Knock TV, but this is the drop for the album. If you're watching this past September 27, 2011, and you don't have Cold World, the sideline story, you need to go buy that and purchase that in your life. You're missing out. But if you're watching this before September 27, 2011, you need to know that that's the day our lives changed forever, man. Cold World, Hard Knock TV, much love, always. I appreciate y'all. Yeah.
Last time we talked, you said you were looking for a beat for Jay to jump on.
Yeah.
Did you find that beat?
I found it.
Is it something you produced? Somebody else produced?
I produced it.
You produced it?
I produced it. He didn't lay his verse yet, but the beat is hard. I was just talking to Wale today because Wale has a song. I was going to text Jay. I didn't text him yet. Wale has a song that is so crazy. He just did with Toomp. I hope I'm not out of line for blowing him up right now. Wale, because we just shot a video today for this song we had together. Wale has this song with Toomp. Yo, the beat is so hard. And his verse, he got one verse on it right now, and his verse is so crazy. I was trying to tell him, like, yo, you gotta get Jay on this. So he went in on his verses, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's without knowing, like, so that's, with me, on the song that I did, I didn't really, like, foresee me wanting Jay on it. So now I'm in a position where, like, man, should I go in on him? You know what I'm saying? I'm a rapper at heart.
Right.
I want to get everybody. Not saying I can get Jay-Z, but you know, it's a great song how it is. I got 2 verses in the hook. It's a great song, and I don't see myself changing the verses because they great verses. But I just don't want Jay to come and kill me and destroy me right quick.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever done a track and they got somebody's feature and be like, oh man, you know what? Maybe I got to go back and switch it up a little bit. One
time, and this is how it happened. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar, you motherfucker. On the first time I met with Kendrick on some, not met him, but the first time we got up on some music shit, I was just so excited about the nigga. I gave him some of my, you know, I gave him beats or whatever. High Power was one of them. What a fucking song. High Power was one of them, which he killed and destroyed. And another one I got is this song we got now called Temptations. But when I gave him the beat, it already had my verse on it. I was just like, yo, I got this crazy beat with an ill verse on it. You know what I'm saying? Just do with it. Yo, when I tell you, you should never give a nigga like Kendrick Lamar home court advantage. You know what I'm saying? Because he came back with an incredible verse. But my verse is still good. You know, my verse is crazy. And it just adds to the song. It makes the song a moment. But that was the first one first verse anybody ever spit on my song. And I was like, you little motherfucker, like, don't make me, you know, I wanted to change my verse. So I feel like when Jay lays his verse, it's going to be one of those, like, I might go back and change my shit. Right. But even if I don't, you know, this song is just hard as shit.
Speaking of Kendrick, I was over at their studio and he played me like some shit. Like he played me like 4 or 5 tracks.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and this was a while ago.
Yeah.
This was probably like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've just been like, man, what are you guys doing with these tracks? Like, I've heard, you know, people say albums, mixtapes. Do you have any idea what's going to happen with those tracks?
I'm not going to settle for a mixtape. I mean, I say that now. I also said I wasn't going to release my album name on Twitter, and that's what I did. So, but I'm not selling for a mixtape because I feel like we too talented for that, and the music that we've made so far is too good. So with Kendrick, it's just, first of all, it's just a mutual respect and a natural friendship. Like, before I even knew he could rap, I just knew he was like this, you know, this young kid who was super respectful and showed me love. And then I seen him spit in a club one time at a U&I album release party, and that's when I was like, yo. And this is before, you know, I knew that anybody knew him or whatever the case is. So with that, I don't know, I just want to treat it right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really want to do that right. So, you know, right now we got 4 or 5 bangers. I don't want to waste them. I don't want to just throw them out. High Power was one of those. And he using that on, you know, he using that on Section 80. But I don't want to do that with the others. I want to build, even if it takes, you know, 9, 10 months, whatever. I feel like the final outcome of that project is something that hip hop needs, something that rap needs. We 2 young niggas with new energy, lyrical, storytellers, vicious. You know what I'm saying? Like, when have we haven't seen this in a while, so I don't want to just waste that. You know what I'm saying? by the time we do it, his name will be even bigger, my name will be even bigger, and the end product will be that much bigger. So
I feel like you guys working together also gives room for you guys to explore another side too. It seems like working together brings out the more political, conscious, like the other side that maybe your solo projects don't necessarily get a chance to explore.
Absolutely. 'Cause, you know, we still early. This is the best time to attack that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's gonna come a day and age where you have label expectations. You got to meet quotas. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying your music is gonna change drastically, but you have other concerns. You know what I'm saying? So now is the time. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's Section 80. I'm not gonna front, I haven't heard it, but I know that's gonna be ridiculous because he's at that point right now in his career where his nigga's still hungry, still fucking. You know what I'm saying? So I want our shit to be legendary. You know, when can you say you've seen it? I can't compare it really to anything off the top of my head. So it feels new, it feels fresh. I don't want to disservice it and just leak the songs or just, you know, drop a little mixtape. I don't want to do that.
We got a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again, but is that a good thing? Cause girl, I can't be your man. No man, I know what's on your brain. You probably hope it never would end. Like, is it the real thing? Or is it just a one night stand? Well then, let me see you get.
Your single's out.
Yeah.
It just dropped.
Yeah.
So speak a little bit about that and also speak a little bit about what's it been like with the label. I mean, I know like getting that single. They want that single. They want something they can push the radio. They want something they can shoot a video for.
Yeah.
What's that process been like?
Yeah, so Workout, we just put out, I don't know if it was 1 or 2 weeks ago, but we just put it out. Man, Workout, it feels so good to perform. We shot a video yesterday. It feels like it's a radio record, of course, like you can hear it obviously, but it's artistry in it, it's musicality in it, you know what I'm saying? To me, you know, it feels incredible. In terms of the label, man, they've been great. Like obviously they've been patient. You gotta understand, I'm dealing with 2 labels. I'm dealing with Rock Nation, I'm dealing with Columbia. You have Rock Nation that's like, you know, more directly hands-on, and then you have Columbia who's like really over there like, all right, what's up, where we at? So there's been a few times where the button was almost pushed on a single with Rock Nation. You know, me and Jay agree like, all right, let's go with this, but then maybe we'll fall back in. I call it pump faking. It's been a few pump fakes where I thought we was ready to go and we wasn't ready to go. But the label, there hasn't been any of course there's been a like, yo, what we doing, where we at, but there hasn't been any, it hasn't aggravated me, it hasn't affected me negatively. Like the label's been really good about being patient, and I appreciate them for that. You know, of course I've cold under pressure, I felt the pressure, but it was never a negative situation when he was like, all right man, come the fuck on, like, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate them for that, because it's been a long ride. I remember a year ago now, niggas was asking where the single was at. And then we did Who That, and we were like, you want this? And they were like, all right, we'll take this. And they worked Who That. So, you know, nothing ever changes, man. The pressure stayed the same. The feeling of pressure stays the same from when I didn't have a deal to now that I have a deal. That I'm learning that never goes away. No matter if you Jay-Z or Jayquan, like, it doesn't matter. The feeling of pressure never leaves. If it leaves, then you're done, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard the hate, but the wait is fucking over. It's like I'm fucking Oprah, well worth the wait. Maybe over your head, I'm ahead of my time. Niggas scared of my future, I know they dreading my prime. Cause I only make classics, now what that take? Timing, cold under pressure, what that make? Diamonds.
Your Twitter headline is, my story ain't the only one I'm trying to tell. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Absolutely. So I think I mastered a few things, not mastered, but well mastered. I've tried to master. I've studied a lot in rap. I studied the vicious rappers, the raw lyrical rappers, the Cannabises and the Eminems and whatever. And then I studied the storytellers, the Pacs and the Nas's, and you know, I study all these things. And one thing I'm noticing that I bring to the table is like I'm realizing as I'm getting more in the game, like what I'm bringing to the table that was not really present, or it still is not like prevalent, is the storytelling side. And that's always been a joy of mine. The first song that I told you about earlier was a story. So of course on the album I give you a lot of my real story. You'll hear it and you'll be like, whoa. Like you'll really feel that this is my life, and you can tell because I'm getting a little more personal than I ever have, and you'll feel it. But it's also, you know, my friends' stories and your story. And I feel like anything you've been through in the past month or the past week or the past year, like I'm trying to tell that. I'm trying to find a way to tell that story. Or the girl at the video shoot today, who I'm just looking from afar and I'm just analyzing her. I'm trying to figure out her story. You know what I'm saying? In my head, I'm making up her story. So I'm just trying to tell the world story. I feel like if I do that, I never run out. You know what I'm saying? Even lost ones, I'm putting myself in all these perspectives. I'm telling the guy's story, I'm telling the girl's story. So that's what that means. Like I feel like that's my style. I give you me, but how much of me can I give you until that runs dry? How many of the same story can I tell you? But I can tell you the world story forever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that means. That's always been that's always been like a tagline of mine. Like my story ain't the only one I'm trying to tell. So yeah.
Again, the wrap-up's not here.
Yeah.
Make sure I get
a couple more, man. Cause all the other interviews be whack. Not saying we doing some good ones, but you always get the best interviews, man.
A couple more on your blog. I'm a big fan of TED Talks. Big fan of TED Talks. So
TED Talks. Okay, I said 10 Talks.
No, 10 Talks. I try to watch like 2 or 3
I just got on.
I saw you made a post about this guy who was talking about reforming education.
Yeah.
Can you talk about it a little for people who might not know about TED Talks? Can you just give it?
Yeah. Well, TED is a conference that I just learned about. You know what's crazy? I used to see it. Of course, like I used to see like maybe like a Steve Jobs or probably a Bill Gates. Like I would see it like years before and not really go in and look what TED was, but I would see the big speech that was given on like the new information that's coming or the new thing that's coming or whatever. So this year I actually paid attention, like, hold on, what's this conference? Y'all pay a whole lot of money to get there, so maybe one day I go. But it's all these like new age thinkers, whether it's on the environment, on politics, or the economy. It's all these, whoever's the leading thinkers in their field, you know, science or health and medicine, they come and they speak to a conference of people who give a fuck or whatever. And the one you're speaking about in particular, the gentleman was talking about reforming education, and his method is like a super interactive method of education. It's like it's a learn at your own pace education. The reason why I gravitated that so much is because I'm a grown ass man. I'm 26 years old, and there's still some things I would learn. Like it started about maybe 5-6 years ago when I was like 19, 20 or whatever. I would pick up things that I would learn on my own, like, oh, why does the moon do this? Oh shit, the stars are actually further than the planet. I don't know what the fuck I would think. I don't know what I would think, but I would learn something, and I would be like, yo, I was supposed to learn that in grade school. Why don't I know that? And his theory is that the reason I don't know that is because not every child learns at the same speed or learns the same thing the same way. So we have this very like cut and dry cookie cutter form of education where we just spill out, you know, this is the lesson plan for the day. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, so what? We taking a test in 3 days. If you're not ready if you pass the test, great. But either way, we're moving on. So I was the king of passing tests, but not really soaking in the information. His is more like, no, it's an interactive online thing where you learn at your own level. You take the test when you're ready, and you can gauge a child's performance in certain fields. Basically, not even get into it. It was incredibly revolutionary thinking. So even if that ain't the way, I know that the way ain't what it is now. Right. If we're talking about really perfecting education, right. You know what I'm saying? So. Well,
he was also talking about the lectures, like you watching the lectures at your own pace at home,
exactly.
And then when you're with the teacher, actually working on your homework. It's like the reverse way that this education.
Yes, he did. So homework. The homework was just watching the tutorial, right? But the actual work and learning was done at the school. Yeah. Not it wasn't vice versa. It was, man, go home, watch this, and then come to school and we'll work on it. Rather than I'll teach you at school, you're probably not listening because you're looking at the girl next to you staring at her ass, which I was doing. Yep. I was trying to grab asses, whatever. So you're not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? You're going through puberty. You can't really pay attention to shit. Nah, go home, watch the video. We'll come and we'll work on it in class. And then I'll pair you up with the people who are good at the things that you're not good at. Because I can see on the screen that you're not good at this and she's good at that. So let me put y'all together. It was a way better method. Yeah. I'm glad you just got me right back on track right there. But it's just goes to show you, like, man, there's new thinkers, there's new age ways of thinking or whatever that, you know. You know, the old is not always the best.
Yeah. Straight through this bitch. Yeah. Bitch, I'm the man, yeah. What you supposed to do when the OG niggas don't get it? Lost what was once theirs, but they won't quit it. Homie, it's a new era. Middle finger to the suit wearers. Let me show you how to move in a room full of dudes that don't got a fucking clue how to do this. Probably work with cubes, so to them this a Rubik's. My president is black, but my jeweler's still Jewish. So you know it cause he making a killing off me. Red diamonds he designing got me shining. Spotlight cover my body, my chain blinded. A cop like runner, they wanna but can't find them. Me and Hovey Ho out on the same island. Took the whip to the other side of Jamaica. Seen how he was living, said I gotta get my weight up. Formulated my